Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and this is What's in the Box number 232. Yeah, we're getting through these, and it's part of You Choose My Next Build 6, where we're focusing on the gallant Polish Air Force. And so far, we have done What's in the Box reviews on the 37 Bis, the 11C Fighter, and the 23A Karas. So we're now on the final one for you to select in the comment section, where I'm inviting you to put a comment in there, tell me which plane you like, and we'll toss up the votes on Saturday at midnight, and whichever one is the winner is the one that I'll start building on Sunday or Monday, hopefully to be finished within 7 days this time. That's the plan anyway. So this is the last one of the set, although there will be a bonus What's in the Box tomorrow under the title of Is This the Worst Model Kit Ever? The Roosh PZL P23A Karas. This is an absolutely terrible piece of junk, but I'm going to be building that over the weekend, so that's kind of fun for me anyway, because I've been looking forward to doing this one for about a year. So we're going to be doing the Potez 25B2 Polish Jupiter against the tide today. As per normal, we're going to have a look at the instructions, we're going to have a look at the parts, and then at the end I'll read the blurb out here because it's quite an interesting aircraft. But first off, we'll start with the history of the actual kit. I was kind of surprised that this actually originates from an Azure From kit in 2019, and then Special Hobby have borrowed the tooling and have started producing their own kits, and then it's been passed back to Azure From. So Azure From released two separate kits in 2019, offering up decals for French, Romanian and Japan, and Poland, Greek and Yugoslavia. So there's some interesting different nations that you can do this in. And then in 2021, Special Hobby got hold of the kit. In 2020, Special Hobby got hold of the kit and produced a French variant. In 2021, this one was actually produced in Polish colours only. And in 2023, Special Hobby also released another version in Estonian, Yugoslavian and Finnish colours, which is another one that I've actually got and I'm kind of looking forward to, because I do like the Finns, and doing an Estonian aircraft, that's interesting. And then Azure From have now got hold of the moulding again, and they've produced another 4 kits in various French colours and types since. So let's have a look at the instructions. And as we can see, we got a part sprue, clearly indicated with red crosses all of the parts that we don't require. And there's a lot of spares going on here, and we do get a photo etch part as well. Yuck. So in section 1, we're going to start on constructing our cockpit. As you can see, we've got pedals, we've got a seat, we've got a I think that's the rear control panel for the rear seater. We've got a couple of sticks to go in. What else have we got going on here? Few other bits, and then we're going to put all that in to the one side of the fuselage. We are then going to move on to put some, I think these might be oxygen canisters, I'm not sure, I didn't see the parts for them. It does appear we have a look down window here as well. I see that says CP Clear Part 3, so that's for the bombing version. Step 13 we're on to now. We're going to put the fuselage together and put the fuselage floor on. We've got the front of the engine to deal with. We've got some more parts of the engine, and then we're going to start looking at the wings. Now obviously you can see here, this is not a bombing version that we've got here. I think this is a observation aircraft, so it's telling us to fill these little holes in, because I'm guessing that's where the bombs would be mounted, and we don't need the bombs on this one. So in section 18, we're going to attach the lower wing to the fuselage. And apparently we need to fill something and mark something with a drill. Got to be careful looking out for these little things, these little additional parts. Step 19, we need to put the engine housing onto the fuselage. Step 21, we're going to put the upper wing with its supports on. 22, we're going to start looking at the tail. 24, we've got the wheel to do here. I kind of like this. You actually get a tyre and then that you can paint, and then you've got the wheel inserts to put in. I'm not very good at painting wheels, I've got to be honest with you. I'm going to put the tail on here. Got some supports to go on the tail, and then we're going to put the rudder on. The instructions are pretty good. I mean, there's not much going on in each step, which I kind of like. It saves me getting confused, which is not a hard thing to do. So now we're going to start putting the fixed undercarriage on here. And we're going to stick the wheels on as well. We've got the tail skid to put on at the back. And then we've got some photo etch parts to put on, which they don't look particularly pleasant. Looks like an extra sort of flap or something, I'm not exactly certain. And then we've got the same sort of situation on the other side of the wing as well. Section 33, we've got some more little tiny bits of photo etch to go in. And on 34 on the other side. Step 35 to 37, we've got loads more little tiny bits of photo etch. Ooh, and it shows us, I think, is that where to put the rigging? Looks like it. So yeah, we've got the rigging here. So I think these little bits of photo etch are actually to tie the rigging to. I'm not exactly certain, but there's rigging on this one, and it shows you exactly how to do it, which is useful. Please don't vote for this one, obviously. Step 39, we've got it's like a little wheel that goes on the back here, I think. We've got some photo etch harnesses to put in, and then we finally get around to dealing with our engine, which is kind of unusual. Most kits start with the engine, and then the engine goes on, the exterior housing goes on, and we've got our two-blade propeller to put on as well. And in the end, we're going to end up with something looking like that in Polish colours. So we've got pale blue undersurfaces and what's this called? Olive brown upper surfaces. It's interesting that the little Polish markings are not symmetrical. It's kind of weird. And we get two different variants to put on. We've got aircraft number 188 and aircraft number 26, and then we get another one here on the bottom. Let's just read this off here. Potez 25B2 Jupiter, probably 42285, 4th Air Regiment, Polish Air Force, 1939. This machine was damaged at Tow Run Airfield during one of the 3 German air raids of the very first day of the war, later captured by the Luftwaffe. So there we go. So let's have a look at the parts. I'm sure that's what you actually came here for. Special Hobby, I've actually built one of their kits. It was a Saab 2021A with the Swedish Air Force, a twin boom pusher aircraft. Seem to remember it went together quite well. So first part we've got here, this is the bottom of the fuselage. As we can see, we've got that little hole here where there's going to be a window putting in. Got some reasonably nice detail going on. Two sides of the fuselage here. Maybe also panel lines or rivet marks, because I'm not 100% certain whether this is a fabric covered or whether it's a monocoque design. We got, what's this? These are going to be parts of the engine housing, I'm thinking. 3 of those to go together. So that's our first sprue out the way. Next off we have the wing surfaces and the rudders. So there's our upper wing. And you can see the marking points here for putting something on. There's our ailerons, so we've got our tail. It's an interesting shaped tail, that. There's our rudder surfaces. These are the lower wings, which are quite considerably smaller than the upper ones. There's our tyres, which are easy to paint and assemble. I have an alternate tail here as well. So that's the one that's actually on the cover art, so I'm guessing that's the one that we're going to be using. So that one must be a spare. Under surfaces, nicely detailed. All the joining points clearly marked. These are the bits that apparently you need to fill in, so that must be bombs or something. Next sprue, we've got, looks like a radiator of some sort. Got some weaponry. Not too sure what they are. Looks like a gun sight maybe. A whole load of mechanical bits and bobs going on here, and some bombs. Spare bombs. Now this is, I think this is going to be part of the undercarriage. This part is identified as not being used in this kit, but I have noticed that this part, which it says I do need to use, is broken here and here. It's kind of a dumb place to put a part of that. So I'll either contact a Special Hobby and see if I can't get a spare part out of them. But if this one is picked, I'll probably just use them because I'm in a hurry. So we got a part of the propeller housing there. These look like exhaust manifolds. It's probably the ring for the rear gunner. Don't know what they are. Don't know. There's the engine. It's nicely detailed. Got the cockpit control console. Don't know what they are. That was the rear cockpit. That was the front cockpit control. And these are parts of the... I'd be lying if I said I knew what they were. I've no idea. We've got a loose part, so we've got the front of the engine housing. I think that's going to be part of the wing mounting. Don't know what that is. Don't know what these are. Some other small parts here. Looks like exterior drop fuel tanks. There's the other part of the housing of the engine. This is the engine mounting that goes at the front. Some cool little holes in it. There's our propeller and our spinner. So here's our loads of bits here. So as you can see, yeah. So if I'm going to put the rigging on, all of these little bits of photo etch need to go in because they've all got little holes in. So obviously that's what you tie the rigging to. Look at what those parts are. Look like engine parts. Some sort of grill radiator maybe. I'm not sure what those are either. Sorry, I'm not very good at this, obviously. So we get two decal sheets. We've got one here with the Polish markings, some numbers on, and we seem to have an additional one with some D's on as well. And then the last sprue is the cockpit visors. There's a little window there. So you can either click out here or you can hang on for about another couple of minutes and I'll read this stuff out to you. The Potez 25 was one of the new mass-produced aircraft types which in the post-World War I era were beginning to replace wartime surplus airframes. In 1923, the French military called for a two-seater aircraft capable of reconnaissance, A2 role, as well as bombing missions, B2 role. The Potez 25 design became the winner of the competition, and eventually the interest among operators in this type was so great that it remained in production from 1925 until 1934. The Potez 25 was based on previous designs, the Potez 15 and 24, which had not reached the production stage, but had seen the introduction of some new technical ideas within their structure later to be used in the Potez 25. Possibly the most important in the design was that the engine bearer struts were attached to the fuselage by means of just 4 bolts, which in fact allowed not just for a very rapid removal of the power unit in the case of need, but also brought the possibility of coupling the airframe with almost any type of engine that provided sufficient power. That's a good idea. This feature of the Potez 25 may very well be the true reason why so huge a number of various versions emerged, reportedly up to 87 differing by the engine used. Most of them did not reach production and remained just prototypes, with just a few of them entering production and service in the end. The Potez 25 was a biplane with its lower wing significantly smaller. The airframe was of mixed construction. It was not just built in France, but also under license in Poland, Yugoslavia, Portugal and Romania. The French military operated the A2-B2 versions, which were fitted with a Lorraine power plant, and the Farman engine Potez 25.8 version was designed for training purposes. The major production version was, however, the Potez 25 TOE, which has been designed for service in overseas colonies and featured a deeper belly and extra fuel tanks, providing for greater range. A total of 795 were produced, fitted with a Lorraine engine. They mostly flew in Africa, Syria and French Indochina, but also service with the Aéronavale or French Naval Aviation. The type remained in active service even during the Second World War, and because of the defeat of France, the type saw service with both sides of the conflict, eventually wearing the colours of both French Vichy France and the French Free Air Force, with the latter and in Indochina as well. The 25 TOEs flew in the training role until 1945. So I hope you enjoyed that. As is always the way of this, please do drop a message in the comments bar and let me know which of these 4 ones you think I should build. The closing for this ends on Saturday at midnight UK time, and I'll be totting the votes up and announcing the winner sometime after midnight, or it might wait till Sunday morning. And like I said, there'll be another review up tomorrow for this little beauty, and that's what I'm going to be building in the interim period. And we'll probably just be painting this in whatever colour is picked for this particular aircraft. I'll be painting it up at the same time because it just makes sense to me at the end of the day. I'm not really too bothered about what this is. I might just paint it pink. So please do get involved with the voting and drop us a message. Please do like and subscribe as always. Do check out some of our other videos, of which, like I've just mentioned, there are 232 What's in the Box kits available, which means I've only got about another 500 of them to do. Oh, cripes. So thanks for watching, and as always, be seeing you.